Everyone, do you see me now? Thanks God. Thank you a lot, Alexander, that you told me, because I'm talking almost for 15 minutes already, and I didn't realize you didn't see me at all. Should I start from the very beginning? Barry, thank you for giving your feedback. So the topic today is wake-up calls when you date someone for marriage. What you should pay to special attention. What are these red flags? And probably you already have some questions, because I told about the biggest part of what I plan to discuss with you. I will repeat now for sure, but maybe you have got some questions already. Thank you a lot, Alexander. I didn't realize it. So you can ask questions now, or I will start again and to discuss, tell what I prepared for you now today. So I start from the very beginning. So when you date someone for marriage, for long-term relationships, you should pay attention to to several areas of her life, of her attitude, and I divided it into these several areas, and I will tell you now. Thank you for support, Alexander. So first of all, I believe either men or women should pay special attention to the attitude to other people that your partner is demonstrating. Because after some romantic period with this person, you will live just routine life, and this attitude can influence on you too, and you will be you will face the same attitude, I guess. So when you if we talk about just everyday actions, you can see it when you go with this woman to some trips. You see what is her attitude to waitresses, what is her attitude to people around, to your friends, how she speaks about them, which attitude she demonstrates not only in words but also in actions. And of course, I told about it in many of my videos. You should be similar in this. I believe that most of the people who are watching me and who are our clients, I see it, 99%, 99.9% of our people, they are well mannered, they are educated, and I guess you want to find the same type of woman. So when you date her, you should have the same type of manners, the same type of attitude to people around. And even if she's very, very beautiful and you are falling in love with her, just wait for some time and just date for some time. And when after around 3 months, you will see more clearly the person who is next to you. Then you can make a decision if you should date further or not. Because if you like the person a lot in the beginning, you can miss some important things, and you even can think that, oh, it's so sweet that she's so persistent with this waitress, for example, but it can be a sign of her not being enough well-mannered, and so on. So when you are in love, you can take some actions as something very sweet, something very cute from her. Even her drawbacks you can perceive as her advantages. So just wait the time, your hormones will get more calm, and you will see the reality. The next thing the next issue you should pay attention to is her attitude to life overall. Generally talking, it should be preferably positive. She should be thinking about future with positive attitude about your relationships too, and so on. It's difficult for the first time, maybe if you feel you should rescue her, should help her, you can feel yourself some kind of prince, helping a princess to overcome some obstacles. But if she uses this strategy all her life, and you should be always taking care a lot about everything in her life, in some time you will get tired of it. So if the lady is constantly complaining, always poor, telling she is a poor lady in many meanings and so on, probably it will be too difficult to develop these relationships. And this scenario of life called being a sacrifice, it's not so productive for life together and for building family life for sure, because I know you are a man, you are strong and so on, but from time to time you also need some type of support, and intelligent and strong woman sometimes too. So pay attention to this thing too. Just listen how she talks about life, what type of behavior she demonstrates, how she behaves at work with her friends, in times of when she faces some problems, how she solves them, and so on. Two personal traits that can influence your relationships and can be some kind of bad for further relationships. They are being selfish for sure, too selfish for some time. Again, on the first stage of dating, you can miss this fact. You can be too much in the process of getting her heart, being charming to her, and so on. But if she is always selfish and telling only about her wishes, about her own plans, not taking into account what you think, what you feel, what you want, it's a very bad sign for further relationships. Also, being too impulsive is bad. Again, I saw it many times in the agency when men and women met, and we had some cases when men or women were too impulsive, and it was really difficult for them to build relationships. Man is considered to be even more stable and more strong than woman. So when he's behaving like too impulsive person, just making some decisions and changing it in 5 minutes and then getting back and so on, no one will like it, neither men or women. So look at it. And I believe it's very important for relationships to flourish when two partners are enough sensitive to each other and to people around again. So your woman should be sensitive. If she is not, again, it's difficult to build the long-term relationships with her. And also, let's go to the part of scam. We talked a lot about it in my previous videos and live streams. So what can be signs of scam? Again, bad signs for relationships or even just for dating, because these women are mostly interested in taking money from you, nothing else. The sign of Ukrainian scam is asking money from you online, even when you never met. Some women, clients tell me about it, that some women online, they even explain that men should provide them, even though they never met in reality, in real life. And as they do it, I guess some men still are ready to send some money to them. Of course, these girls are usually very beautiful, extremely beautiful, and they know how to use it. But I hope as soon as you know from me that you shouldn't do it, I hope it will help you not to get into this trap. The same is about asking gifts from you, asking money, asking gifts from you online. It is the same. And even when you meet her, I guess, right and well-mannered woman, she would never ask the gift or money from you. She can tell you about some situation in life, and you can choose to help her or not, depends on you. But she will never ask directly for some gifts from you. It can happen during, for example, marriage life, and it's usually that woman can tell you, I want this dress and I want something else, but it's when you are married. But still, as you are just dating or you just started dating, you shouldn't do it if you don't want. And of course, you shouldn't be asked. Also, it's a bad sign when she prefers going to exact restaurants, exact clubs, nightclubs, spa salons, some exact shops, even for buying the phone to her and so on. It means that most probably she has some agreement with these shops or restaurants, and she gets a percentage from it, from you buying something, and you will get overcharged. I even saw on one of our local forums some time ago that a woman was selling a fur coat that foreign man bought for her. So she buys it in the shop, then either returns to this shop or trying to sell to get money. So it's not about real gift. It's not about real relationships. If she is doing it, so be cautious in such situations. And of course, the main way for you to understand if there is something wrong is your gut feeling. I noticed when I talk with men, and I talk with men a lot, even I would say more than with our ladies clients, you also have this gut feeling, and you can fully understand if there is something wrong. So if you feel there is something wrong, most probably there is something wrong. You can check the information online. There are many articles, many sites about scam, and even YouTube videos explaining different issues of relationships. And so you can check and make sure online, or you can write me. Sometimes clients write me and ask some short questions, and I can answer it just in correspondence. You can do it always if you have some doubts. But listen to your heart as always, and listen to your feelings first of all. And now we talked about the stage when you just search and select someone for long-term relationships, and you date someone in the beginning of the dating stage. Now I will tell you about the signs, warning signs, when you are deeply in dating. For example, you are dating 1-2 years already, or maybe living together, and you are still thinking if this is the right person to be a mother of your kids and your wife in the future. So when there is something wrong, what happens? The first sign is being too busy always for your relationships. Of course, if you are adults, both adults, you have like your own careers, but at any rate, you and her, you should have time together to spend just you two. If you even have children, just find the time for you and her, and spend it together at least once per week. You need time to have a talk, deep talks about your dreams, about your future, about everything, just you two, no, not among friends and so on. If she's avoiding it, or she's too busy with her career all the time, it's some wake-up call, and you can again, you can behave in different ways in these situations. You can ask her to have a talk to discuss it, or you can go to psychologist together, or can do something about it. If you leave it like that for much time, most probably your couple will be separated in the beginning, in between your soul, then later in physical reality. Then the next sign of warning is when you get constant critics from her, when she's always unhappy with you, and again, you can understand it's a bad sign. Again, it's better to discuss it directly with this person, or to apply to a specialist to talk about it. Again, when you don't get the third sign of as a red flag, when you don't get the support from your woman, I think that all of us, we have good and bad times from time to time, and if even you are extremely successful in your career or in your business, sometimes you have bad days. And if you share with your woman, you tell about it, but you don't get any support, or she or she can even tell that you have to blame yourself, she told you not to do it before, and so on. So it's not very encouraging words. So again, it's a bad sign. Also, a bad sign is avoiding to discuss the problems. When you suggest her something to discuss something important, she just never has time, or she doesn't wish to do it. It means she lost the interest to your relationships at all, and other things are more important for her. And of course, the sign of red sign is a love affair from her. And it's interesting that many clients from the US, mostly from the US, when they apply to us, they often tell that this love affair was the reason of a breakup. So I guess it's, at least in the US, it's a very often problem in couples. So please ask questions if you have, and let's talk. It's always more interesting than when I'm talking alone. Hello, Solomon. Thank you. So, dears, please ask your questions. And maybe you can share your personal experience, life experience, what happened in your relationships and what was your wake-up call. And for example, when further these relationships didn't work out, maybe you can share with us, please. And thank you, Solomon. I love them too. I started to make our live streams from our office, and it seems to me the connection now gets better between us. It's better than from my home. The first comment about this, my wake-up call came from when the lady wasn't either not responding to my messages or took a long time to write back to me. Yes, yes, Solomon, it's a big sign, of course. If she's not interested, she's not answering. Yeah, thank you. What about more deep relationships when you was dating someone and something got wrong, or maybe in the beginning you didn't pay attention to this sign, but later you found out that it was important, and yeah, you had to pay attention to it before. Maybe you had such situations in life. Please tell me. After this, I didn't bother putting any more energy into this relationship and moved on. Even though I liked her, but she clearly didn't like me back as much. Yeah, right decision, Solomon. There are many people in the world, and at least the one person who will be happy to be with you and to be next to you. We sometimes we think that it's too difficult to find the right person, and we put a lot of energy into relationships that are never going to work out. But we should always keep in mind that there are many other people, and they are also looking for love and for the right person. So it's better not to spend your time a lot on the wrong person, but to continue your search. We don't need dozens of right people next to us, just the right one. So if we put enough energy into it, there will be the result for sure. To get it, first of all, we need the right way of thinking, our brain working in the right way, so that we could get get our goal, reach it. And the second important thing is to make steps to be active in your actions. Because if we only dream about something and do nothing, we get nothing too. As well as as if we don't have a right way of thinking, we can do many actions, but they will bring only wrong results, not what we wanted to have in life. So it's important, first of all, to have the right way of thinking, to make your brain working to help you to get your game. And the second thing is to make active actions towards your goal. Alexandra, let me read your comment. My wife left me after 12 years. I have finally awoken. I guess our problem biggest was sexual incompatibility, as everything in this part of relationships is also very important. Yeah, it's a very important part of relationships, but from my point of view, some issues in this part of life, they are firstly connected with relationships in a couple. I talked with many men and women, and all of them, they confirm that sex and intimacy, it started in your brain, first of all, in your head, and only goes further. So the sexual problems, they started in the relationships between you, and then they were obvious in a sexual area of your life. What do you think? Can it be, did you face the situations when your relationships were perfect and only sex was not satisfying? Does it happen? What do you think? I see there are visitors today, mostly you are older than me, so you have more life experience and more experience in relationships, I guess. So can you tell me, please, if you had the cases when your relationships seem to be perfect, everything is good, but sex wasn't good? Does it happen? It's interesting for me to understand too, because I think that everything starts in the head and in your heart. An early warning sign I missed was dating a lady after she broke up from a previous boyfriend. She wasn't ready for a new relationship straight away, but I didn't pick up on this still further in our dating. Yeah, Solomon, thank you for mentioning it. It's important, a very important sign when people don't pay, don't give enough time to recovering stage, and they just run into the next relationships. Sometimes new relationships can recover to some extent, but yes, it's usually better to cope with the pain after previous breakup, to get to a normal state of soul, and only then to start new relationships. So not use the other person like medicine only, but to be able to look, to notice the other person in the other person, and to start absolutely new relationships without bringing the pain from previous ones. So as you don't ask more questions, we have to finish now. And the next Wednesday, we will meet with, on the live stream, we will meet with a very interesting person. It's very unusual to invite such type of specialists to our live streams, but I think it will be interesting for you too. It will be the woman, she is numerologist. She is working with dates of birth and she can tell from them about the person. And we will talk more about compatibility of people in a couple. And we even look at a closet at one of our couple's dates, date birth. They gave their permission, and we will analyze their compatibility according to their dates of birth in our live streams. So please join us, ask your questions, and it's a very interesting topic. I hope you like it too, and we can discuss. Let me read your comments now. Alexandra, thank you for answering. So everything was good, but just not attractive in the intimate side. Yeah. But probably going through the wrong relationships also, or through the relationships where we were not fully happy, it's also experience, and it leads us to better relationships and better, more deliberate selection of the right person. Choice. The next time you can choose more precisely, and having conclusions from the previous relationships, you can probably build more quality relationships in the future. So it's always better, it's always more productive to perceive, as we say, our mistakes as our experience and as our chances to get better results in everything, including relationships. So I wish you a nice evening or a nice day, depending on where you are from. And next Wednesday, we'll meet with Irina, this numerologist, and we'll have a very interesting talk and very interesting live stream. Join us at 8. Next Wednesday, it will be at 8. See you soon. And thank you for joining today. Thank you for telling me about tech problem that we had. Finally, I went online with you. I see you soon, dears. Goodbye.